Well, that's when that's when you have a real patriarchal society, and where there's the the man, the husband, the father. He's the head of the household, and so what happens is that the the woman, the daughter, is under the protection of her father, and
Yes.
and that whole family structure. You have fathers, you have grandfathers, you have uncles, and everybody plays a role. And the men have a role to play, and that men is to protect and provide for the family unit. And that means daughters that aren't married, they would stay there until they would find and start their own family. You know,
Yes.
then but when you took men away, now when she turns 18, like if you're being raised by a single mother, a woman being raised by a single mother, once she turns 18, that's another grown woman. So she's like, well,
Yes.
what's keep I go to work, what's keeping you from going to work?
Yeah.
So goes out, goes to work or goes to college, and next thing you know, there's a period of 10, 15 years of dating, and they wonder why they missed the marriage train.
I was not looking for that. I wanted a solid man. I wanted a praying man. I wanted a loving man. I wanted a man who wanted a woman. And I wanted somebody that I can grow and build with, which we have done. And we were just sitting here talking like, man, I wish, because we did date when we were in college, I wish that we were ready then. Like I wish that it was really more on me, that I wish I was ready for him then, because I knew then he could have definitely been my husband.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's
Yes,
up.
I prayed for him. I did. That's, I mean, it's when you get in, you got to get deep when you looking for something. I don't know about you, Shay. I don't know y'all story, but I want to hear it one day about
Oh,
you and your wife.
I mean, but that and I think I was telling Blanche when he was over here. I've been married for almost 2 months now. So, but
Oh,
when I always tell my wife, when I first met you, we have to have this talk about like what are like the way you carried yourself from the very first time. It said that you were serious. Like I had to take you serious. Love is secondary. Respect is most important. That's going to get you to the love.
Hey man, I'm gonna quote the great prophet Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it, baby? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? For the secondhand emotion, right? But yeah, men value respect. So it's very key. Again, not affection, not attention in that way, but I think growing up with my grandparents and seeing the reverence that my grandmother had for my grandfather taught me that's what I wanted. She didn't fear him, she respected him. And there's a huge difference between that. She wasn't afraid when he came home, but shit was done when he was home because he had to go out here amongst the thorns and thistles and get it done. And guess what? That was his expectation. And it's like they were like robots. I never seen them sit down and plan stuff out. He got his ass up and out of the house at a certain time every day. Stuff was done at a certain time when he came home. But I never remember her having to ask for anything. What she expected was done, and what he expected was done. And
yes.
to me, that showed that not only did they respect each other, but they respected the union and the community that the both of them had built. So that's what I mean by a woman's life is love and a man's love is life. Like I said, men have to give women a target to love and to respect and to nurture. But women also have to create that environment for to because women don't even know, man, that's fuel to a man. A man here, oh baby, you did that. His chest poking. Come on, you know how it is, Blanche. You
Right.
know how it is when we first started working out. It took one girl to grab me up by the arm and was like, "You been working out?" Yeah, I've been in the gym. Yeah, I've been in the gym. But guess what? You couldn't keep me out that gym after that. You feel
Mhm.
me? And that's how that goes, because she was plugging into me because that was the nutrients of life that I needed. And I was giving her that attention and that affection that she needed. And that's what we got to find, that symbiotic relationship.
Yes. Okay. The table, I'm not, I mean, women saying they are the table. That's just saying like you're everything, like all encompassing. You're just the best. And that's not what you are. You bring something to the table, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying, what did I look for in my husband? I wrote out a whole list. I don't know if that's allowed on here, but I did. I wrote out a list before I found my boo. And honestly, I read that list to him when we were dating, and he hit, I want to say 99% of what I wrote.
Okay.
Okay. I still have the list too.
How did he feel when you read it to him? How did he feel about that?
He felt good. I mean, I think he felt good to know that he had a woman on his hand that was mindful of what she wanted in a man, and not just saying tall, dark, and handsome, because you need more than that. You need more than that. So, I mean, I really was mindful of what I put, and when he read it, I mean, I think he felt good to know that he was that person. And to see that his wife wasn't shallow, like the person that was going to be his wife wasn't just about shallow stuff, you know.
So you would say he saw a character then?
He did. He did. He definitely did.
You know, make money, you know, have this stuff, this and that. I think men aren't very, they may not be conveying the message or the question right, but I think what you said, you want a man to be there for you. You basically want a better half. You want a man to support you emotionally, physically, like those type of things that men like to hear from women. Because think about it, he's going to provide all the other stuff. He's going to share his life with you. If he's giving you his time, his love, his energy, he's sharing his thoughts, he's comforting you, he's being there for you, he's going to provide for you as well. So I think the problem is men get turned off on only hearing the provision part of it with the finances and stuff versus what you're saying. I want you to be there for me physically, emotionally, spiritually. I want you to support me. To me, that's what men want to hear. Men want to hear that kind of stuff because that's what actually motivates us. Men aren't motivated by women telling them to spend money. They're just not. But men are motivated in being protectors, being providers, you know what I'm saying, being coming up with solutions. This is what motivates men.
But what about when they get that urge to get with a new fresh face, you know? Like, what happens with that?
I'll let Jay have the fresh face.
What you're willing to put up with and what you're willing to accept, right? Like, we shouldn't be willing to accept somebody in the first place that we have doubts with. We shouldn't be going into relationships in the first place thinking that this man or this woman is going to do me wrong. Because where are you at anyways? You're probably not even healed. And you need to be healed first before you go into something. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, he has his phone turned upside down, he must be cheating, you're probably not ready for the relationship. You probably need to take a step back and say, you know what, there's some healing that needs to go on inside of my life first. And then I can proceed with this relationship or another individual.
You got to deal with your insecurities because that's all that is. Because tricks get tricked. So if you walking into a situation thinking trick, that's probably because it's something that you ain't too secure within your own self. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you already knowing, oh, he's gonna look at me like I'm he or she, whatever, they're gonna look at me like I'm a mark, and you can just get over on me because I know deep down inside that's what I am. That's more like you have. That's why I said it starts with self first. Like you have to cultivate self. Get yourself right. Everything's gonna come. That I always like when people be like, I can't find nobody, because that's because you're trying to look for somebody. Yeah. The person you're looking for is within yourself. You should be trying to cultivate yourself and figure out what those insecurities stem from, overcome them, move on, and have confidence. And you can talk to anybody, because if you reject me, it's cool. I still got me. I take me everywhere, and I'm all right.